demo session on SAP Analytics Cloud. So in today's session, we are going to quickly cover about the training program, like what we are going to cover, what are the different topics, and we'll have a short demo as well. We'll see we'll build one-to-end application in the SAP Analytics Cloud, and then we'll talk on the different aspects of the SAP Analytics Cloud here. Yeah. So let me start with the session today then. Yeah. Okay, we are just waiting for another 2 minutes because there are more participants are going to join. So we'll start in another 2 minutes. Yeah. We'll sharply start at 8:05. Yeah. Just in 1 minute. So all right then, let's start with the demo session. Yeah. Okay. So basically, we are going to quickly discuss about what SAP Analytics Cloud, and this training is for who can attend this training, what is the prerequisite, and all those things we are going to discuss in detail. So before entering into the demo, let's have a quick introduction to the SAP Analytics Cloud. So basically, SAP Analytics Cloud is nothing but it's a cloud-based business intelligence tool provided by the SAP, and it was formerly known as Business Object for Cloud, and then it renamed to SAP Analytics Cloud. So basically, it's going to provide all kind of your analytical capabilities. It has all this um, key capabilities. We are going to see what kind of key capabilities it will have. So it will have basically capabilities of business intelligence, augmented analytics, planning, modeling, smart transformation. So all those things are the key capabilities. And basically this tool, if you go with the official definition of this tool, so SAP Analytics Cloud is a software as a solution, basically where we are going to connect the people, data, ideas from the multiple sources. So we can connect the data from the multiple sources. So we can connect this tool from more than 1,500 sources, including your ERP solutions, SAP solutions, non-SAP solutions, a flat file. And then what we can do is we can enable the story. We can design the dashboard here, and then we can go and make some kind of confident decision. And basically it allows users to visualize, plan, and predict everything in one place. So basically, this tool is again, it is also using the machine learning algorithm. It has capabilities of machine learning, where the system can go and build the smart decisions also, and it can predict the future prediction we can do based on the past historical data. So for this course, there is no requirement for a machine learning knowledge. Now, the basics of machine learning knowledge required here, and that I am going to cover from the basic here. Yeah. So basically, this tool is going to use a machine learning technology to perform the data cleaning, identifying the possible data error, and suggesting the filtered options. And it has also something called modeling feature, where we can go and enhance our data. We can create the hierarchies for a deeper insight. Okay. So basically, nowadays, to stay ahead, company need to give the employee freedom to analyze the data for their business, then simulate and predict what could be happen the next, and plan and elaborate the course of action, and then implement the decisions here. So we are going to see everything in the system here, how this all these steps like planning, the business intelligence features, and the prediction features is going to happen here. All right. So quickly we are going to so what we are going to cover in this training, that we are going to in detail. So it is going to start with the SAP Analytics Cloud system. So you need so SAP is offering 90 days free trial to access system trial system, which we are going to use for our training. We're going to learn about the fundamental of SAP Cloud Platform, because this is a cloud as a this is a solution, and we are going to cover scenario-based training with all required data sets, and all will be based on the real-time example. And for practice, I will be providing the data sets. We will be having the software requirement specification SRS document, using which we are going to also do the exercises on this. And again, it will have all kind of BI features like stories, widgets, charts, maps, and all real-time scenario we are going to cover. And also from the planning perspective, we are going to cover about what is planning, the basics of planning. Basically, planning we are going to use for financial solutions, and will be again going to quickly discuss on the financial part. Everything I'm going to cover from the basic here. So about the planning part, advanced planning feature like value driver, allocation, distributions, and lot many feature related to the planning. Then also we are going to cover about the digital boardroom. This is one of the feature where we are going to build multiple stories, and those story we are going to use to publish in the digital boardroom, which can be used by end user or by the leadership team to take the different business decision. And again, it has the features like smart predict, smart insight, smart discovery. This comes under your augmented analytics features of your SAP Analytics Cloud. Along with the prediction, coming to the prediction and analytical design. So here we are going to create a predictive models using the inbuilt embedded machine learning capabilities, which is available in the tool itself. We're going to cover like scenario of regression, classification, and time series. These are 3 machine learning scenarios are available in the SAP Analytics Cloud, and there's no prerequisite. I'm going to cover about the machine learning concepts here, which is required to work with the prediction. And again, then we are going to design the analytical app using the analytical designer, and also we are going to use a scripting to connect with the different APIs. And also we are going to set up the connection. I'm also going to set up the connection. We are going to set up the live connection. We are also using our S4HANA systems, Google Drive, and also we are going to consume the data from the SAP HANA in the SAP Cloud Platform. And we are also going to see the Cloud Connector and SAC agent, which requires to connect your system from whether it's on-premise system to the SAP Analytics Cloud system. So we need the connector and agent. So we are going to do all this in our training system. Okay, so basically now there is a 0 prerequisite for this course. It's not like you have to be on the SAP side or you have to be on the technical side. So basically, who all can join? So business user can join this course, BWBI consultants, BOBJ consultants. Then again, the financial analyst can join, because we have planning in available in SAC, which we can use for doing all the financial decision. And then the business analyst and data scientist here, because it has inbuilt machine learning capabilities, using which we can go and we can build the machine learning models, and then we can predict the future trends. And again, the application developer who are involved basically in the designing the complex, who have a, let's say, knowledge about the SQL knowledge is basic SQL knowledge is required, but again, which I'm going to cover from a basic, which requires for this application. Yeah, so yes, there is a 0 prerequisite for this course. So these are the roles for different users or different set of people who can attend this training. All right, so now this time for demo. So quickly we are going to see, we'll build one end-to-end demo, and then we'll see how to work with this tool. And then we'll quickly navigate through the topics which we are going to cover in our session. So basically, the first step is load data. Okay, so here for our today's in our demo session, we are going to use the sales data for analytics. And now using those sales data, we are going to design the dashboard. And after that, what we are going to do, once we have data, then we are going to create a model on top of data. We are going to do the data cleaning. We are going to enrich the geo data. We are going to enrich the data, and then we are going to build the story. So basically this is how the this is what the use case we are going to cover today, and we'll see in the system how we can start this application from the scratch. All right, so this is the step by step we are going to do now in the system here. So first is connect the data, then we are going to so here we are going to upload the data from the Excel file, and then we are going to prepare the data, and once and after preparation of data we are going to create a model, and here if any kind of wrangling, blending, data cleaning required, transformation data required, will be doing here in this step. And then we are going to explore and analyze the data by creating a story, and then we'll be updating the story with the different kind of widgets, and then finally we'll see how this story is going to get published here. And this is the expected outcome which we are going to design in our system today. So we'll have this kind of chart where we have some here we have this order value as well as discounted price for per sales agent. Then we are going to see the beautiful chart, beautiful map where we can go and check for each country wise what is the sales amount and all since, and then again we can go and see the order sales order value per customer and depend on per year. All this kind of chart or this kind of dashboard we are going to design in the system. All right, so let me quickly start with the system here. So yeah, so we are going to use this trial account. This account is offered as a part of learning for SSE by SAP, and initially you are going to get this account for 30 days, and then it will be extended to next 60 days. So total 90 days of you are going to get the access per email ID per user. Yeah. So if you have another email ID, but only thing is you have to use your business email ID to create your account here. The personal email IDs are not allowed to create account. I'm going to help you in the next session that how you can create a account in the SAP Analytics Cloud. So as per the requirement, let's start with the how we are going to do this part. So we are going to start with the load data. So here, so in order to load the data, what we are going to do, we have to click on this option here. First part is data. So in coming session, we are going to see the live data connection from S/4HANA system, also from the flat file. Even though data is coming the Google Drive, how you can get the data from the Google Drive. Even if the Google Drive data gets uploaded, automatically your data in the model will get uploaded here. So now here, what we are going to do is the first step is we have to design the model here. So click on the model. So here we are going to pick the data source. I want to pick the data source from the CSV file. So I will be clicking this option here, and then I have to select the source file, and then I'm going to just navigate to the data set, and I will be explaining what we are going to, what are the rows, what are the columns here, and what kind of data we are going to use. So now here it has option whether your first row as a column or whether the first row has a header or not. So yes, in my data set, I have a first row header. I will show this data set just in the next step here. The moment I will click on import, so it will import the data into the SAP Analytics Cloud environment. Another is your live model. In this case, data will be sitting in your system, and then from real-time data we are going to get in the SAP Analytics Cloud. Then using that we can build the model, and then we can design the user story, we can design the dashboards, all those things we can do here. All right, so the data is getting uploaded into the SAP Analytics Cloud here. So here we can see it's saying that we have all the data sets are now uploaded here. So if you see here, this is the data set which contains order ID, date, we have sales agent last name, first name, then we have customer information. And if I'll just quickly go to the left, so we have some in order to design this map. So we also seen in this particular example, we need a geo map. For this, we need latitude and longitude to define the location here. So for each country, we have latitude and longitude. Using this, we are going to design the map here, geo map, and then we have some information here. Okay. So like we have number of customer, unit sold, order value, product, customer, all this is the data we have here. So if I'll just go and just click on any of the data, for example, the order ID, okay. So what this order ID is, the data type is text here. Okay, and here I can go and I can see little bit down. If I can go, I can see the distribution here. Order ID is unique here. Similarly, if I'll go and just check the customer segment here. So for example, if I go and check the customer segment, so it's going to give me very beautiful insight here again, that what type of data is. So this is a dimensional data. We have data. One is your dimensional data, and another one is your what? We have a measures. So what is dimension and measures, I will be covering in our detailed session, in our upcoming session here. And now you can go and you can see. So there are out of this record, there are the is going to give you the insight automatically that the direct customer segment, you have 710 records. From retail point of view, you have 673 records, and from the wholesale point of view, you have 617 records. Similarly, we can go and we can analyze the data. For example, this is my date field again. So if I come here, so it is automatically selected the type as date dimension. By mistake, if the system picks the wrong field, let's say the wrong data type, you can always go manually correct them. But generally what it does is, in backend, it's going to use the machine learning capabilities. It will do insight on each data, and then based on that, it's going to define whether it's a date field, whether it's a measures, whether it's a dimension here. So if you see here, flower shape symbol is coming. Okay, so this is nothing but it's going to represent, these are the dimension. It represents dimension. What is dimension, what is measure, we'll be covering in our session in detail here. So again, if I'll just go and see here, these are latitude and longitude information. So if you click it here, so again, this is comes as a part of your measure here, but it is again, it is a latitude and longitude data. So if I'll come to the again product, so you can see the symbol here. This symbol denotes that this is all our dimensions. System automatically classify, and you can go and always you can see the distribution, how many records for this particular bike model, how many records for this particular bike model in your data set. System automatically classify and give it to you. All right, and then here what we have a number of customers. These are again comes as a measure here. So if I just go a little bit up, so these are measures, type is measures, unit sold. So this symbol is a symbol for measures here. So now what we are going to do, we are going to do some kind of data cleaning here. So very first part, let's say transformation of data. So there are different transformations available here. So what we have sales agent first name and last name. So let's say you want to concatenate into just one field. So what you can do, you can just select this column and this column, and there's option here. You go and then you can select this option and just click on this drop down. Let me see. So you can just concatenate this column here. So the moment you concatenate, what system will do? System is going to just create a new column here. So if I just go a little bit system slow. Let me try to scroll to the right. All right. So here the concatenation is completed. So now what we have is let me go and quickly see where this column goes. Okay. So here. Just a moment, I'm just trying to see where this concatenation is completed here, and somehow this data is not showing here for the first name and last name. All right, so I will do one thing. I will just quickly go one step back, and I can also undo my changes here. Okay, or I can go to my transformation log. I can go, and also I can, there's option that I can go and I can roll back from here also. Okay. So using this option, we can do the rollback. If anything happens here, somehow the data is not is coming here. So let me just quickly do the rollback here. So now you can see, I can see my this column now gets appear. So I will just select this two columns again, and then I will go here, and then I will do concatenate here. Okay. So now the moment I do the concatenate, so I can see now I have a new column, sales agent created here. And now if I want to rename, and you can see the formula. This is how the system converts these two columns. So now I can just rename, and I can give some name here. So now I concatenate these two columns. So what I need to do, I will give here some name. Let's say sales agent. Okay, hit enter. So I have a now new column, created. Again, what we need to do is the next part is we have latitude and longitude information. Okay, so in order to create a map or data points in the map, separate latitude and longitude is not going to work, because in order to create a map we need a coordinates. So combination of latitude and longitude is going to create a coordinate. So what you need to do, you need to select this latitude and longitude. So what we are doing here, we are doing a data transformation. We are doing the data blending here. So now I can select this latitude and longitude, and then I will select this option over here, and then I can click coordinates. So here what system will do is, system is going to, so here what we need a location description. So here what we are going to do is just sorry, sorry, there's some disturbance from my side. Yeah, so what I need to do is I need to select a description here basically. So I can select the description which I want to display in the coordinates. So I want to display country name here, so I can just select the country, and based on the coordinates automatically we have latitude and longitude. So system identifies this coordinates, and then now what we can do, we can create this coordinate here. So this coordinate is going to help us design this location on the map. And now let me click on create. All right, so it's getting created. So like that, now we have a new column called location. So let's say if there is any missing value in your data model, or any data you want to transform, or you want to do some kind of data cleaning, or you want to replace some missing value, all those we can do as a part of data transformation. So once your data looks good, then we are in the stage to go for the next part. Okay, so let me go to click on details, and now it seems data quality is fine, there's no data issue. Then I can go and create my data model here. So we are going to learn about different transformation technique, the data transformation technique, because data is very important while building any model here. So it's going to create a model, and the moment I will click on create, so I have to save my model. So basically in the SAP Analytics Cloud, you have a placeholder. So let's say I'm going to create a new folder, and I'm just going to give, let's say, demo session something. This is going to be my main folder here, and within main folder I will have another subfolder, and this subfolder is we have created a model. So all kind of models we are going to save. So this is it's always better to arrange all your story, your data into a proper structure, so that you can reuse it. Again, within the model we have different type of model we are going to learn in our session. We are going to learn about analytical model. So we are designing as of now analytical model, and other model is a planning model. So now within this I'm just going to save my data here. All right, so the system is going to prepare the model in the background. So as per our state, so what we have done, we have prepared our data, and now we are going to create the model here. So once the model is created, we'll explore and analyze data here, and then we'll go for create a story. All right, so now my model gets created over here, and after that I can move here one option for data management. Here I can go to the model structure. Yeah, and in the model structure, again we can go and we can see all these my columns are there. These are my columns are there, and there is something called account. So what is account? All your key figures, all your measures will be a part of accounts. So if I'll click what is account, this will quick discuss in our upcoming session. So like we have latitude, longitude, number of customer meeting, order value, all these are nothing but these are comes as a part of your account here. Okay, so here in this case our data looks good here. We can see all those rows and column which is now available in the model here, and this is just a data preview, and here we have a graphical way of representation of different data sets. This we are going to understand in our coming sessions here. All right, after that what you can do is, so now my model is ready. Next part is what, once your model is ready, then we need to create a story. So what is story here? So basically, we need to create different kind of charts, different kind of widgets, different type of screen area. All these are comes as a part of a story. So we can create multiple story, depends on the requirement, and then we can finally design a dashboard. So let's start with the designing of this expected result here. So the very first is what we need to create something called a story. What is a story? There are different type of stories are there that we are going to discuss in our incoming sessions here. So now I'll click on a story here, and there are different type of story we can create: responsive, canvas, grid, and from smart discovery. So as of now, I'm going to create responsive. In our coming session, we'll see what is canvas, grid, and when to use what. So responsive is something where we can have flexibility, where we can arrange the panels of the screen, and we can decide, okay, let me just click on responsive as of now. So this is how this page is going to look like here, and here I can arrange my icon. It's a responsive screen. So basically I can go and I can arrange my screen how it looks like. So as of now, this is not required for our use case. So I'm just going to remove this, and also this title not required. I'm going to delete this. So now coming to the requirement, we need this kind of chart where we have something called final discount, order value, and all those things will be there. So for that I need to create a chart. So there's an option called insert. You can go and click on insert, and now you have to select a data model. Okay, so we have created our data model here in demo session, right? Just now we have created this data model. Inside that we have saved our model here. So I can just select this model here, and now this now we are getting this particular screen. So now we are going to select what kind of chart we need. So this is by default, we have different charts are there. We are going to talk in detail about each and every chart. So for example, here we have different kind of charts are there, and which chart we have to use in what case, everything will be doing with hands-on in our coming session. There is a separate for correlations, indicator, pie chart, donut chart, a lot of things are there that we are going to see. All right, so let's create a chart first here. So we need to select the measures. Okay, so I'm going to just select a measure here. So we need order value is one of the measure. So I will select this order value, and also we need one column called final discounted price. So if we have already seen that in our data set we don't have this particular field. So this is a, let's say, calculated field. We are going to create another field called discounted price. In the actual data set from the business, you got, let's say example, only one column that is called order value, and based on order value, based on some formula, you have to create another calculation. So for that, what you can do, you can click on add measures, and there is something called create calculation. So in our coming session, we'll talk about all this, about what is restricted measure, what is difference aggregation, dimension to measure. As of now, I'm going to create one simple calculated measures here, and I'm going to write some kind of formula. So let's say we have field called order value from our data set sales underscore data, and I'm going to write some kind of formula here, and again order value. I'm just writing some random formula into, let's say, 30 by 100. So this is a formula which, based on that, we are going to create another column, and I'm going to give this column as, let's say, discounted price. All right, so now I'll click on OK. So now you can see we have two different kind of value here. One is the order value, and the other one is the discounted price. And for each and every chart, we can go and we can change the color here. If you want to change the order value to a different color, we can go and we can do as a part of styling. Now what we need to select, just a moment. Yeah, now we have selected our measures. Now we are going to select dimensions here. Okay, and here we want to see based on sales agent. So already in our data modeling page, we have created a column called sales agent. This is the column which we have created. So now I can select this, and based on that, the chart is going to get updated here, and I can just, this is a responsive page, so I can just go and little bit drag and drop. Okay, and with the scroll, I can go and I can see my all the records here. And it has some more capabilities. Let's say you want to see only top 5 order value and all, so you can use this rank functions here, and then you can select top 5 agents and all. Okay, so this is something which system automatically give it to you. So now my first chart is done. Now next is to design this map. Okay, so already in our data modeling page, we have designed we have created a column called coordinate, right, using the latitude and longitude. So let's insert the map. So now here, if you click here, you will see there's option called add, and then there's option called geomap. So now what I can do is little bit, I will expand this so that it will look little bit big, so that we can at least see the data points and all. All right, now what we are going to do is we are going to design a map. Now you click on this map and then click on this designer. All right, so different type of maps are available here, so you can use different type of map views. Let's use this National Geography map. Okay, now this is how the maps looks like here, and after that what we need to do is, once this map we have designed it here, now you again click here. So now this map part is done, and again we can see some kind of property here. This will quickly discuss in our coming sessions. All right, and this is some kind of geostyling we can do. This we will be doing in our, again in the session we'll be talking more about on the geostyle and all. So this is how what we can do is we can select the map and all, and even if you want to, let's say, delete this, or you want to create another map, you can just go and you can create another map here. Okay, so now what I have done, I have selected from the different this screen. I can go and I can select the transparent also, and I can go and I can select here different type of maps here. Now what we need to do is we need to design this map based on our requirement here. Okay, so now the next part is what I can go to the controls here. Let me just click on map and designer here. Yeah, so this is the first part. We have selected the map, or let's say if you want to copy the map, you can also do Control C, and let's say you want to design another map here, you can just paste it. So like that, what you can do is you can have multiple maps here, and then you can design. Okay, so let me just quickly delete this, and we will start with just only one map. Sorry, I deleted that. Let me again add it here. All right, so now we have selected this map here, and after that what we are going to do is we have something called filters and all. So we have selected this base map, and then here we selected this. Okay, so this part is done, and now I can click here, and there are different options are here which we can use. For example, something called linked analysis, we have something called tooltip and all. This will see how we can design it. Okay, now let me click on add layers, and we can also add different kind of layers here. So what kind of so what we need is we need to first is what we need, we have to select the location here. Okay, so we have already created a coordinate called location. So let's select this, and here let me just maximize this. All right, after that the bubble color. So you can see now what happens here. Depend on the coordinates what was available in data set, we have the location gets created here. Okay, like for example Maldives and all those whatever the location we have based on the data we have created. Now what we want, the bubble size. The bubble size should be depend on highest sales amount, the country which has highest sales amount, that has, let's say, bigger the bubble size. So for that I need to add something called measures, and in the measures I can just go and add it here, order value. So my bubble size will now depend on the order value here. Highest the order value, highest the bubble size. Now it's getting refreshed. Now you can see. Let me do one thing. Let me quickly maximize this screen here so that you can, or increase the size. All right, and just leave it here. So now I can see here, for example, I can see my country here, China. So if I just click on this China, so I will be able to see some kind of the value associated with this, or some the orders sold in the China, amount of order. Let me just click, and India has the order value of this. You can see there's a small pop-up is coming, and this is nothing but going to represent the order amount. This is the order value for China. So higher the order value, higher the bubble size. We can design what should be the color, bubble size, and again, a lot of stylings are there that we are going to learn in our session here. This part is done. Now what we want is, I want whatever the record I'm going to select for agent wise. So if I want to select the agent, so that I want to see this agent has done business or did the sell in how many countries. So all these things we can achieve it here also. So what we can do, there's something called linked analysis. So just click it here, and then there is something called analysis. Using this feature, what we can do, I want to apply this for only for map. If I select any agent here, based on that, it should show that okay, this agent is functional, or this agent has done the sales in this much of country. So I can go and apply on the selected widgets here, and then I want to filter the data, and it should also, it is going to filter the location here. Now I will click on apply here. So the moment I click on this particular agent here, let's say Landry. So if I click on this particular agent, now the map will get refreshed here. Okay. This particular agent has only sales in the United States. Similarly, if I want to see Kumar and Tony here, one of the record. So if I just click on this particular entry here, so my map will get refreshed, and it is going to tell in how many countries this United Kingdom, and again in the United States. And if I'll click on for this particular sales agent, in how many countries it is going to sell. So Canada, United States, UK, and Iceland. If I just click here also, I can go and I can see what is the order value. Okay, this is the order value for this particular agent. All right, so this is how we can go and we can design this our map here. Now the next part is what we want to design a pie chart where we want to see the order value per customer segment, and also it should be on the year wise basis, 2018, 2019, whatever the data we have. Based on that, we want to split it based on the years. So let's do this part here. So in order to do that, we need to create a pie chart. Okay, so again I will go here and click on chart. Okay, and here we have something called more, and if you go a little bit drop down, I can select my pie chart or donut chart. Okay, let's take this donut chart here. So now I have a donut chart available. So this donut chart, as per the requirement, it should show the order value per customer segment. Okay, so now I need to see here, I am going to just select the measures, and measure will be nothing but my order value. And again, here what we need to do is we need to go and we need to add the dimension here. So we want based on customer segment here. So I will be selecting the customer segment, and the moment I select the customer segment, I can see direct customer, retail customer. Based on that, automatically it's showing me the total division here, total split depends of order value based on the different customer segment. So this is something which we can achieve it over here. And also now we need to do what? We need to do the year-wise split. Okay. So for that, what we can do is, if we'll go a little bit up, there is something called, if I'll click on this 3-dot button here, so it will allow me to add some more options. There's something called trellis. Okay, what is trellis? We'll discuss again in our coming sessions here. So as of now, the trellis we are going to use we are going to use trellis in order to do the the split of data into a different segments here. So here we are going to split based on the year wise. So I will click on add dimension, and we have already a field called order date. So if I'll go a little bit down here, so we have a field called date, and this is nothing but hierarchy. Okay, what is hierarchy? And we'll do multiple example on hierarchy in our coming sessions here. All right, so now you can see we have hierarchy here, and as of now there is no split here. Let me close this designer panel so that we have overall look and feel. All right, we have only one chart, but there is no split based on the year. So if I click on this particular drill here, so I can go and I can drill down to below level. Let's say if I want to level 3, what it will give. So we have selected the date field, and from date field we have level 3 is splitted on quarter basis. Let me go to level 4 here, and level 4 will be on your year basis here. So now, sorry, let me little bit do one thing. Just to see this chart, I need to little bit adjust this screen so that we can see this chart, and then later we'll design the screen. Okay, so let me just put it like this, and from here I can just go and select this here, drill down here. Okay, all right, so now what I'm going to do is I can see here, I will just go a little bit, expand this also. It depends on design, like how we want to display and all. It depends on that. We can design our this particular reason. So now you can see we have now data is available for June Q2, and similarly if I go a little bit down here, so I can see the multiple donut chart gets created, depends on the customer segment, depends on the year, depends on the quarter. So this kind of hierarchy automatically system will propose. This SAP Analytics Cloud has this capability where we can go and we can split the data, and the user can go and they can see the multiple charts and all. And again we can just arrange the screen and all. This is how we can just select this. And now what we want, depend on the region, whatever the region we are going to select, based on that this chart should also get changed here. So for this also what we can do is a analysis, which we have done in the previous step. Okay, so this is how we can go and we can design this type of a screen. Now if you coming to the styling point of view, you can see there's a nice background here, so you can go and also you can set this type of background. So in order to set this background, what you need to do, you need to click on designer, and then again you need to click on styling, and this is for the entire page. What you can do is you can go and you can this is for the chart. Let me just select somewhere outside here. Okay, so let me click outside on the page, somewhere on the page. Now I want that the page should look like in a different variety option. We have background like hardcode, we have solid colors, we have gradient. We can upload the image from the your local system. Let's select the gradient here, and again we have different options are there which we can select and to make our dashboard here. Okay, and again if you want to, for entire page, if you want to change the data and all, this color, like for example everything is black, so we are not able to see it in a nice way, so you can always go and you can change all those settings here. Okay, so this is how we have decided that we will be having this design of a dashboard here. And then the next part is, so this is how this looks like, the design looks like, and my page gets created again, and I can go into the view mode and I can just see how my dashboard will look like. We can arrange it using the different based on the requirement. We can go and we can just arrange it here. So it will take some time to refresh it, but yeah, it will get refreshed. This chart is getting refreshed, so now you can see the data is coming here. And again we have this data. We can go and we can scroll and we can see the different sales segments, and we can also design, if you want to change the fonts and all, everything we can do via styling. So all this part we are going to learn in our session here. Yeah. So if you want to change the color and all, you can go to the file and then you can go to the preference here, and in the preference there's the option that we can go and we can change the entire color and all. If you want to add new page, you can go and you can add new page to the story, and then you can design another page here. So this type of different type of story we are going to design. All these pages we are going to see what kind of options are available in SAP Analytics Cloud. So all those things we are going to see in our coming session. Yeah. So this is just a quick demo. It has a lot many things. It has the capabilities of machine learning capabilities. It has a planning capabilities. It has a BI capabilities. Different kind of chart. Different kind of options are there. So all those options are there, and that's all from the demo point of view. This is in very short time. This is the minimum thing we can create, but it has a huge list of things are there. So basically what we have is we have a lot of topics are there. So we are going to start with your overview and positioning. Here we are going to cover about all the basic about this tool architecture, what is on-premise, on-cloud, hybrid solution, and what are the different tools available for analytics nowadays. And then we are going to start with modeling, the very first part. And once we understand the modeling and all, we are going to start with the business intelligence. All the feature here, we are going to do the hands-on on each and every feature. Similarly for planning, then augmented analytics, planning, analytical designer, and we have predictive scenario cases, administration. Every topic we are going to cover, and this is the something which we are going to cover in our entire course. So this course is going to be 80% hands-on and 20% theory we need to understand the first unit, so that we'll be understand about this tool in detail and why we need SAC, what are the features, what are the functionalities, what are the benefits. We are going to understand in unit 1, and from unit 2 onwards we have everything hands-on in our system. So that's all from a demo point of view. So there are some frequently asked questions are there. Is there any prerequisite to learn? So no, there is no prerequisite to learn this course, and we are going to cover what we are going to cover. So we are going to cover everything which is also related to your SAP certification, which includes all the core capabilities of SAC, like BI, planning, predictive, designer, digital boardroom, live data connection. Everything we are going to cover. And yes, you can, for practice purpose, I'm going to share the software design document, and I have a lot of requirements are available on real time, which I'm going to share with you to design the dashboard with everything, like how to what is expected output from the business, or what kind of chart they want, what kind of features they want. Many features are there here. Similarly, live data connection we are going to do. You can again, you can find the course content on our website, and again it will be shared in your email invite. And I'm going to provide all the study material here and all the data sets. So we are going to use real-time data, around 10 to 15 different data sets we are going to use for different problem. And yes, this is going to be a real-time training, and totally depend on your case studies and exercises and real-time scenario. And here we are going to cover each and every topic from the certification point of view. I'm going to help you to explain about certification, which certification exam you have to give, and during our session we'll be discussing the certification question. And these sessions are getting recorded, so in case if you're going to miss the session, always you are going to get the recordings, and you can always refer those recordings if in case if you're missing any session. So these sessions are always gets recorded here. Yeah. So that's all from a demo point of view. Now you can let me know if you have any question, any queries, you can let me know. I can see, let me go through the chat box here. All right, so there's one question from Raj. Okay, this is a very common question. How about connecting the S4HANA system and the CDSU? So from the S4HANA system, we have features are available, and yes, and that I'm going to show the part of your live data connection model. So there are 1500 systems which SAC can connect. One of the system is your S4HANA, and then I will be designing the guys, please mute if you're not talking. Yeah, please, I can see some. Hey, just a minute. Yeah.
Hello.
Let me just a moment. I think some disturbances. Yes. Yeah. All right. So that I'm going to cover about the live data connection. Yes. Seriously. All right. So this is something which we are going to cover in our training system using the live data connection. All right. So is it possible to import a specific country map to analyze on the sales data? Yes. If you want to, like, if there's option something called filter, we can apply the filter, and based on filter, we can just always select that specific country. It depends. So in order to what we can do, there's something called input parameter. Input parameter means what? User is going to give the input. Let's say you can select the country, and based on country, this map will get refreshed. So all those kind of scenario we are going to cover. For example, here what we have is, if you see this data set as of now, so here it has lot many features. There's something called Smart Insight. Okay, and here I can just go and I can also add something called Smart Insight here. Yeah. So the Smart Insight, what it's going to do is, it is going to call the machine learning capabilities available in SAP Analytics Cloud, and it is going to get insight about this data. Let's see, it's loading the insight. Probably I can go. Let me go to the styling here and just change the color. Actually, it's not the points are not visible here, so everything I can go. It's a highly customizable tool. Actually, you can customize a lot here. So now you can see the data points and all we have there. So we have font size is there, and default is black. So we can just go and change this color to, probably I can just select here to white. All right. So yeah, it's loading again the insight here. So now it is more readable, or also it is taking some time, but yeah, it will eventually it will load all those insights and all everything here. So it's loading, the system is loading here. I can see that there is this again I'm not able to read it properly. So again I can go here, and there's an option available. Just a moment. Basically, for each widgets, you can go and you can do the format, and you can also make it more readable. You can change the color, everything you can do. Basically, a lot of available here. So a lot many things to explore. I can always go to this, select the map, and which map you want to change the styling and all. We can always go and change the styling from here. Okay. So if I just go a little bit down, number formats, legends, label, okay, data label, color and all. So I can go and change here and explore the different options which are available. I can just go and apply, and so we'll see in our coming session. I will see all these parts here, how to do the styling and all. I can click on more, and I can just select the color which we want, and based on that, the chart will get refreshed here. So we can just select, depends how we want to visualize this data. Okay, so there's another question here in the chat box. Let me see. Okay, from Lakshmi. Okay, yeah, we can do the, see, there are a lot of systems are available. Like we have 1500 systems are there. So I can help you see. This is a trial account, right? So we have in the full-fledged account there are 1500 plus connections are available, and BPC, so almost all systems are covered. There is no system which cannot be connected to the SAP Analytics Cloud. So like we have this business planning and consolidation, everything we can connect it here, and we can get the live data from BPC to SAP Analytics Cloud here. So okay, so here basically when you say if you want to migrate from Power BI, and also here the dashboard you have to design from the scratch. Basically, you cannot migrate your existing Power BI dashboards or report to the SAP Analytics Cloud. Here you have to design the dashboard from the scratch. You can use the template, and in template you can modify, or you can design a plain page, and then you can go and do this and designing of this kind of dashboard. But yes, you cannot go and just migrate the dashboard which you have created in the Power BI to the SAP Analytics Cloud here. So BPC system is not available with me in here. So we have S4HANA systems are available using which we are going to do the connection. See, it's all about connection, right? So once we get the connection, we get the data, and then we have to design the model. So once we get, like how we have designed the model. So from live data connection, I'm going to show from this S/4HANA point of view, and from the Google Drive also. If you want, let's say some data is coming in the drive and all, from there you can push the data and update the data into the real time. So it's all again about the like the creating a data connections. So a lot of, you can see here we have options to create a connections here. So for our training purpose, yes, we have S/4HANA systems are available that we can use to create a connection. And again, afterwards, once we have a data is ready, let me just, okay, before going into this, let me just quickly take you to the point here. Yeah. So once we get the data part, right, connect to the data. So whether it's a BPC system or any non-SAP system, any other system, this data preparation creating model, this part is from, this is going to be a common for all the system, whatever the system we are going to use. Yeah. So if you see from the S/4HANA perspective, then yes, you can also do it from the BPC. And for how you will not get to know how to connect this BPC system to SAP Analytics Cloud. So I'm going to share you the documentation where for each and every system, the configuration steps given by SAP, it is already available on the official website. I can help to redirect to that link where you can go and see about all those data connections. But live data connection we are going to do for the S/4HANA systems. We are going to use flat files. We are going to use your Google Drive. In case if I'll get BPC system, it will hardly a matter of 5 minutes to connect and show it. I will try to get, if I get, I will show from the BPC system as well. Yeah. So anyone, any doubt, please let me know. Yeah. So all the like about the session timelines, all the details, server details and all. So basically I will be helping you to how to create your account in the SAP Analytics Cloud.
Mm-hmm. So we're doing due diligence, we're going to be plotting it, we're going to build roads, we're going to build drainage, gates, we're going to put the driveways. So, I mean, we already have a full plan. It's a very, very good and fast turnaround, and returns are going to be anywhere from 24 to 30% annual.
I'm not sure. I think somebody, please mute here, I think. All right. Okay, so no, XSA and Web ID is not a part of this training. Okay, this is this is not on the HANA side training, or this is not on the Fury side training. This is on the SAP Analytics Cloud. So we are not going to use the Web ID and all because that is a part of your Fury development, and XSA development is coming from the HANA perspective. Okay, so that is a different Raja. That is altogether a different tool. So anyone, any question, anything you can you can ask here. You can, in case your mic is not working, yeah, you can ping in the chat box. Yeah, let me save my story here. Demo story. Click on save. Yeah, any question, let me know. So you can go always, and like you have asked, you can go and add connection. So this is something which we are going to, you can see a lot, many systems are there. We can go and we can connect to the live data model. So we're going to cover different kind of scenario, embedded data model, live data model, analytical model, panning model, all those things we are going to cover here. So you can see almost all the 50, like I said, you can see the BPC, why was I'm unable to show here, right? Here somebody has asked, can we do the BPC here? So we are using this trial account. Okay, so in the trial account, again, you are not going to use all the systems, but yes, the basic system like S/4HANA systems we can use, but there are some systems which are disabled, and these systems are only available with the your purchased version or licensed version. But connection point of view, I will be helping to how to connect, and for each system I will be giving you the guide that how you can which step you to follow to do that. So we can cover this OData, Google Drive part, all those things are there. Yeah. As for HANA system, we are going to also cover the HANA system. To do a live connection, we are going to create a cloud connection in the cloud environment, and from there we'll be pulling the data to our SAP Analytics Cloud to show the connection from the SAP HANA also. Yeah. So systems, yeah, few systems are not available as a part of your trial account. For that, you need to buy the licensed version of your SAP Analytics Cloud here. Yes, Raj, that is again the predictive scenario is a part of our training, and I'm going to cover the predictive scenario in detail. And yeah, because that is the core feature, right? The predictive scenario is the core feature, basically one of the core feature which help us, which motivates us to go for this course here. So we are predictive scenario. We are going to cover all the three predictive scenarios. Let me show. So if I'll go to more here, and there are three predictive scenario: classification, time series, and regression. All this scenario I'm going to cover in detail. We have a detailed session for each and every topic. We'll do train our data model. We'll do the data cleaning. Then we'll design the dashboard. All those things we are going to cover here for your predictive analytics. All the required material will be shared with you for the SAP Analytics Cloud. Everything I will be uploading on Google Drive so that you can access it anytime, anywhere. Yeah. So materials are provided as a part of this training.
Okay, so yeah,
I'll be in the office in about 30 minutes. I'm going to send you the proof.
So all the topics here are from the certification perspective here. I'm in the while in the course, I'll be telling what kind of questions are there in the certification for all those things here. Yes, concepts we are going to cover in our training system, in our training. Yeah. And the detailed course content is already uploaded into the website. And if you have received this meeting invite, already it is in the mail. You can go and you can also go through the course content and all. And again, I will be uploading this course content in the slide, and this slide I will be sharing again with you also. Yeah. So this is only unit 1 is going to be the theoretical session. Apart from that, everything is going to be the hands-on. Yeah. So it's a 90% I can say it's a hands-on, only 10% to understand about the terminology which we are going to use in our tool. So to understand it is important to know where I can use the SAC, what is the roadmap for SAC, all those things we have to understand. What are the capabilities of BI tool which are not available, what are the capabilities of SAC, how it is best from the better from the BI tool. All those things we are going to talk about. What are the core functionalities, what are the key features, everything we are going to do the hands-on here. Yeah.
Kamal, do you provide any
yeah, please
certification readiness point of view? Do you provide any question bank or something like that?
Yes. See, coming to the question bank, I'll tell you right now the certification for SSC is 2008 and earlier was 2002. So the questions are getting repeated. So there are two things. Question banks are, I'm saying, actually it is not available anywhere. But because it's a new tool and topics like there's another is something called dumps. So that is something again. I will be recommending not to go with dumps early. First learn with all the concepts, and later yes, dump can be arranged, dumps are available, but that is a different part. Yes, but from certification point of view, I will be providing the documents and all everything. And question set is something which is not a ready-made questions are available, but for each topic wise, whatever the question I have faced in the certification, everything I'm going to tell you that what kind of questions is coming. And obviously the moment we complete the course, or if you can have, let's say anybody has dumps and all, they can also match the questions, or maybe because questions are getting changed. So whatever the exam I have gave 2 months back, and I have given the 2002 editions also. So there I have, and many people are in my colleagues who have given the exam. So yes, the real-time questions I can tell what are the questions are going to come in the certification, and I will be suggesting dumps should be the last option. Yeah, because that is available. Dumps are also available. It can be arranged, not an issue. But yes, the training content is very important, because nowadays certification is mostly from the hands-on perspective, like what all the small features they will ask in the SAP Analytics Cloud, and if you have hands-on, then easily you can answer it. So what I will be suggesting here, like once you understand about this tool, how it works, what are the different options available, then you can open the dumps, any dumps, and maybe on internet a lot of questions are floating out there. Maybe I can try to segregate and share. That is the one part I can do from my side to segregate the questions. But yeah, again, from the course is enough to, because we are going to cover each and every options available in SAC. So that is the reason. So I will be giving the exercises also, the real-time exercises. I will be doing different exercises. I'm going to give a different exercises to do, real-time exercises, and everything like what field, data set, everything I'm going to provide. A lot of data set we have HR data sets, sales data set we have data sets related to the planning. Huge data set we have. I'm going to provide, and for each data set, I'm going to give you the exercises. And believe me, all those exercises, if you will do, and what we are doing in our training, then you will be, because we are going to explore all the options, even the advanced concepts we are going to cover. So 100% you can clear that, I can bet. Means there is no question will be out of our what we are going to cover. There will be no question will be coming out of this. Means everything will be included. This out of box, they will not ask any other thing, because yeah, we are covering all the features starting from small to advanced feature. We are going to also use the scripting and all advanced features to work with the SAP Analytics Cloud. So yeah, it will help you to easily.
While we are working on these questions or exercises, any questions that we have comes up, or if we are stuck with something, not able to do something, one of the exercises, do you normally have like a 15-20 minutes dedicated for that kind of presentation?
Okay, let me tell you a very valid point here. So let me tell you, first, let's say I'm going to do the hands-on on one set of data or one set of problem. So that is something you can follow the same thing. And now once you do that, then another set of exercise with different problem statement I'm going to give, that you have to do. And in the next session, I will be doing it first also. Because many times it happens that many people get stuck because it's a new tool. Sometimes we are not getting time to go through the entire recording what we have covered in the last class. That because of that, so every exercise I'm going to do also, basically all for each topic wise, one separate I'm going to do the live, and separate exercise with different use case, different scenario I'm going to give as a exercise, and that I will be covering in the next session. Yes, definitely I will be doing that, because many people will get stuck or have doubt. So I will be quickly covering those, like you said, 20 minutes, that is, yes, 20 minutes to 30 minutes, depend on how long the exercise is there. I will be doing from the scratch and all, so that any doubt you can also check it. So it is always an interactive session. Yeah.
In these study materials, how detailed they would be covered to help us with eventually the certification?
Everything you are going to, you're asking how you're going to get the study material, right?
Yes. How detailed the study material?
Yeah, so we are going to create a Google Drive link, and there every document, topic-wise document, materials, I'm going to organize in a foldered way, and from there you can always download it. So I will be uploading in front of you only that, okay, let's say this topic material is uploaded in this particular folder. So topic wise, for example, modeling related will be in one, BI related topics or document will be in one, and again the certification related materials will be in one. Like that I will be organizing, and it will be shared via Google Drive link.
One last thing, how detailed would you cover this custom storyboard development?
Okay, so yes, we are also going to cover, we have few scenarios for the custom storyboard developments are there, which we are going to do. So that I'm also going to show in our system, in our hands-on, yeah. So yeah, let me know any other question or any other queries.
So using this the trial account, can we do you think we can run like live exercises and also the exercises with the data stored on the loaded onto the cloud?
Your voice is little bit breaking. Please can you come again?
So with the trial version accounts that we would be using,
Mhm.
I think we can cover both
Yes.
live and also live connection.
Live and yes, files data. Yes, yes, yes. We're going to use SAP HANA, S4 HANA, and Google Drive for live connections. And for flat file, we have Excels are there, multiple data source, a lot of Excels 5 we have that for different scenario, different use cases we have. So we are going to use both live scenario, as like I said, S4 HANA system and HANA database on running on cloud, and Google Drive also to get the data from real-time data. Let's say some data is getting pushed to the drive, and from there we can create a connection to Google Drive, and then we can get those data. And anybody is updating your data in Google Drive, it will automatically sync in our system. So for that syncing and all, I will tell entire process, like you can schedule when it should get data should be synced. You can, every schedule is there, everything is there. We can do a lot of options are available for scheduling the data.
That scheduling part is one thing is to load the data, and then is there a scheduling part where you can run the job, schedule the job to execute the storyboard and send it as an email attachment to the users, like a broadcast?
Okay. So basically, you are saying that whenever any data is getting updated, at that point of time, it should go and it should trigger an email, right? That data gets updated.
No, one thing the scheduling part normally does is you schedule the job to load the data onto the cloud. And then the second part is you have the storyboard that users can normally run. But what if somebody, you want a storyboard to be executed in the background and send it out as a email attachment, the storyboard results.
Okay, that you want. Okay, once you got the storyboard, you want to export and you want to send it, right? Those storyboards and all,
Yes.
via email, or you want to download. Yes, those options are there. We can download everything into, we have a format, like we can download into PPT, we can download into PDF. All the storyboards we can download and then we can send.
Okay. Is that manual or is that something you can schedule? Come on.
It's a manual actually. Yeah, it's not an event. It's not an event-based triggering where based on certain event, it will automatically save the story and then send it to the user. So here, basically, what we need to do is we need to, there's option called share option. There we can go and we can send based on the requirement. But it's not like it will automatically trigger and download the storyboard and it will send. So this is something which is not featured, which is not available as of now. So we are going to explore the features which are available as a part of SAP Analytics Cloud. What are the features currently available in the system? That all the features we are going to explore here.
Thank you.
All right then. So that's all from the demo point of view. Yeah. So we'll be going to start the session 1 shortly, and you are going to get all the information from the email which you have registered. To that email, you are going to get all those information. Yeah. So thank you everyone for joining the demo session. Yeah, that's all from my side. Yeah, thanks.
Kamal, I'm more interested in XSA. Which training covers XSA, and when is it starting?
Okay, so that is I'm not a part of, like, I'm not taking the session. Probably I will ask my team to reach out to you, Raja, and inform the basically it's a part of your, we have for this is basically from the HANA side, and this XSA training is there. Okay, so that is something which I will be asking my team to check. And so this is something called as SAP HANA XSA Advanced Application. So that is a separate training is there. So that is something which I can ask to my team to help you to schedule a right training for you. So basically it comes under your SAP HANA native development, that XSA part. Yeah. All right then. Yeah. Thanks everyone for joining the demo session. Yeah. Bye bye.